So, I'm a little out of breath. I'm running late. Well, I'm always late, actually. So, it's got to be after 9 o'clock already. I'm still only half done. Rams are all fed for tonight. So they're going to tuck in. And I think rams are good. The gate's shut. So I just fed these guys all new hay, which is a little late tonight because I'm feeding round bales of hay, which is a little bit time consuming because we don't have a TMR system, so we roll it out by hand. So they all got a bale of hay. They got the grain over top. We're feeding them grain quite hard right now. Probably, I'm going to guess a pound, 2 pounds per ewe per day. So a pound in the morning, pound at night, give or take. I'm trying to get some condition on them. They're in good shape, but I do feel if they're in really good shape, they might give me some more lambs. But they're in good shape. I'm not complaining about it. We'll grain them for a month and a half, quite good, and then we'll back off and grain a little bit when we think they're all pregnant. So we are breeding in the 1st of August, so that probably would be saying that's a little bit out of season. We have extremely good luck with that, with the suffix. No seeders or nothing. We've done it for years, and Lynn can correct me, but I'm thinking the first cycle here, the 1st of August, so the first cycle, they breed a little bit, but they really breed on the second cycle. So that would be near the end of the month. They'll probably all be pregnant. There's about 35 in the group here, 2 rams running. These are the 2 new rams we just purchased. We're going to use those 2 new rams quite heavily because we want to get as much genetics as we can out of them before something bad happens. Hopefully nothing happens. So some of our rams are going to take a break this year, and we're going to use these 2 new rams quite heavily to get them into the flock. And this is, we call this the heifer barn, used to be full of heifers. And they all got fed to the same thing. So we just gave them a new bale. We just come in here with the skid steer. We set a bale right here in the manger. And we roll it out, like I say. The half the bale is left at the back, if you notice. So I leave the half a bale in the bale form because it stays more fresher because the heat's so high right now, so warm. And the bale will stay fresher if I leave it like that. So they have a half a bale tonight, which they'll have gone in the morning. And then I'll turn the bale around and re-roll it back to the back of the front of the barn. And they'll be able to hay tomorrow night again, probably. And that's about a 1,000-pound bale. And we're hoping that, I think in these Dorsets here, they should be about, Lynn can correct me maybe, I'm sure she will, but I'm thinking these guys could be 3.5 months pregnant, I think. So I do think they're showing a little bit. I thought the other day I could pick out a few small others, but I don't want to see the others too early because you don't want a lot of other. You want the other to be normal. So they really shouldn't be showing others yet. But yeah, they're... like again, no seeders. They're all bred naturally. I think the ram was in here in March, maybe end of March. We've done this for years. Had fantastic luck with it. And yeah, I would say in this group here, you're probably going to get about maybe 6 or 7 ewes that might be open for some reason. Who knows? But I'm pretty happy with that. I wouldn't complain about that at all. So we're going to hit the lights here. Oh, and these are the rams that had the parasite lobe. It caught me off guard a little bit embarrassing, but I'm extremely busy, but no excuses. So it's been about 2 weeks now since we dewormed them, and I'll tell you one thing about suffix. If you feed them, they can produce weight real quick. And I'm going to guess in 2 weeks, what's that, 14 days? I'm going to guess that these rams have gained in 2 weeks 20 pounds of weight. Now, they're being grained and everything, so yeah, they caught me off guard, a little bit embarrassing. We didn't lose anybody. They're doing really well now. One's a little bit poorer shape there, but she'll catch up. She was the worst one. I thought I was going to lose that ram. But they're doing really well. We're going to get them up in shape. Hopefully we'll find a market for them. And I'm thinking there are the other rams out there. In the late fall, probably before Christmas, we'll make a decision with the rams, which rams we think won't make the cut. And we might pull some rams out that we think don't have a future. But in the meantime, the ram market's going pretty good right now. We're selling a lot of rams. So we'll see what happens with that. So I'm going to hit the lights here. And we're going to call it a night for this barn. Those little Christmas lights stay on all night. It just gives the sheep a little bit of comfort. If a raccoon or something comes in at night and startles them, they're a little more calmer if they have a little bit of light. So we have that light there. And I'm going to shut the lights off in this barn. Look like they're all okay, so they're all leaving. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking that they're all leaving. And there's our new ram right back there. Here he comes up. There he is right there. You see him halfway? Hey, buddy. So we'll get as much use as we can out of him. I really like him. He might not be as big as our rams that we produce, but he's definitely good size and he's really well placed. So I'm looking for new genetics. There he is. He's not eating, he's doing his work. That's why he's going to lose weight, eh? Oh, I don't know if that was a heat or that was just a hunger thing. But anyways, I'm going to hit these lights. I'm going to hit over the coveralls. And I'm going to tell you a little bit roughly what's happening there. Because I'm running late tonight. So Lynn asked me to do a little bit of stuff. I'm not very good at this. So like I say, I talk too much when I'm in front of the camera. And I talk too much when I have the camera in my hand. But I'm going to do the best I can for you. And like I say, I think it's after 9 o'clock right now. Hey, buddy, come on up here. You have some food up here. So I'm going to hit the lights here. And we're, since all the feed is stored in this barn here. This is our old feed room. So this tank here handles about 40 ton of barley that we grow on our own farm. It's gravity flowed right into this bin where we mix it like 50-50, so 50% corn, 50% barley, give or take. That's what we're feeding now. I think this fall we're going to have more barley, and I'm thinking we're going to feed more barley in the ration, so it'll be maybe for sure 50% barley and 50% corn. And that pipe right there, it's hard to see it. It goes out the bin to a 100-ton corn bin. And that's full of corn and just augered in. And it just flows here and I scoop it up. A little bit of manual work. Yeah, I'm a little tired. And this is how I get my grain over the coveralls. So I load these pails up. Right now it's 4, 5, 6, 7 pails of grain. Because we're flushing a lot of sheep right now to get them the cycle and to get them bred. And I made this little platform on the skids here, which we picked the round bales up with. And that will bring the grain over, so it's a little bit time consuming, a little bit of work for me. But I'm going to head over and I'll talk to you shortly. And I'll tell you what's happening there real quickly, and I won't keep you up tonight. This was my good deal on the lights. my nutritionist says to me, I can get you a good deal on lights, Arnie. They're older lights, but they're on sale. So they all burn out on me pretty well within a few years. And now they tell me that I can't buy parts for them anymore. So now they have to end up in a landfill site. And that's one thing the government should really clean up. So these lights are going to have to be replaced. It's irritating me. Good deal was not a good deal. Same as buying sheep, I guess. So, just green these guys. They're nice and quiet. Sorry about the lighting. Excuse me. These have a ram in with them. These are some crosses in here in Dorsets. Only a few lambs left that are going to be purchased. Most of the lambs are gone for the year. And so this is a breeding group being bred right now. And this is another breeding group that's being bred. Now this group here is mostly Dorsets pretty well. See, I'm actually liking that little Dorset there. And the ram is in here somewhere. I don't see him. There's another nice Dorset. So yeah, we're trying to build nice Dorsets. Haven't been in the Dorsets as long as we've been in the Suffolks. There he is. There is my buddy. So there's my Dorset ram. He's got a little bit of substance to him, I guess you would say. Like him pretty good. So he's breeding these sheep right now. And these are some of our lambs that were born last Christmas, February, March. These are the ones we held back for a number of reasons. Some bloodlines, RRs, and other things that we kept them back for. But can't really see them right now. But oh, that's not a Dorset there. That's a Suffolk. Excuse me. But I'm liking the Dorsets this year. We're trying. So our goal is to get the Dorsets to look like Dorsets again. So there's a lot of different type of Dorsets you can buy. Seems to be. So we're trying to get them to look like Dorsets, and that's our little hobby, I would guess, or a little goal. And I think it's working pretty good, because if you look at this one here, hey buddy. Oh, breathing. See, they're looking, well, maybe that's a little bit too much of an open face in that one. Oh, you hot, buddy? So we're trying to get them to look like Dorsets, trying to get a little bit of bulk on them. And that's our hobby. Lynn and I are both on board with that, I think. And so that's our goal with the Dorsets. So these are our older ones. So this crop is from last year, the year before. I do think we're getting them pretty nice and consistent. Dorsets are nice, I guess. I'm okay with it. See? Like those Dorsets. Nice little body to them. A little bit of substance. A little bit of thickness in the rib and the front feet there and the shoulders I'd like to see. And so that's this barn. But anyways, I'm holding you up, so I'm going to get going here, because I just looked at my clock and it's 10 o'clock at night and I'm still in the barn yet. If I was a teenager, I'd be at the bars right now. But those days have been gone for quite a while. So I'm going to hit the lights here and shut the gates for the coyotes. And we'll check the next barn here. So we'll shut this gate. We shut all the sheep are inside at nights. No coyote losses. And we're going to head over to this barn. Shut this barn down. So we got 3 coveralls. This is the longest one. This one's 158 feet long. The other ones are 140 long. This barn was built in 2 pieces, so there's a seam right there. So these sheep are not being bred because we have about 200 or 250 bred right now being bred, and we can't handle that many pregnant sheep in the dairy barn, which is a heated barn, because these are cold barns. So if I explain this correctly, these sheep here, this last 200 here or 150 sheep here, will be bred a little later, 2 cycles later. So as the other group is coming in, they're going to be moved to the coveralls with their lambs, and these will be 2 weeks later bred. And then when we bring a load of lambs over in the winter, we'll pick up a load of pregnant sheep and bring them back to the other barn, because we don't have enough room in the heated barn. So I don't know if I explained that good enough for you to understand. So these guys are being flushed too. They're going to be prepared because in 2 cycles, they're going to be a ram. And you can see that some of these ewes, if you can see that ewe right there in the end, is missing quite a bit of weight. But some of these ewes have had the lambs on for quite a long time, and they might have been bred. They might have had lambs. Excuse me. They might have had lambs in March. So they've just had the lambs pulled off them, and I want to get some weight back on them. So the ones we bred were the ones in good shape. These need a little extra weight on them. They're being flushed right now, grained a little bit, good hay. And like that ewe right there, if you can see that ewe, that's the kind of shape I want to see them in. And most of them are in good shape, but there's a few that are not in good enough shape yet. But they have 1 month or a little more than a month here to get them in shape. And then they'll be introduced to a ram, and we'll get all of them to come in. And I think we lamb all the sheep out in 3 months. Which, yeah, it's a little bit of a long time, but anyways, I'm going to shut these lights off, and we're going to head over to that lamb barn next door. That's my last barn, and I'm going to set this phone down in a few minutes because I got to feed some sheep over there, and I can't feed sheep with a phone in my hand. So I'm just going to grab this pail of grain here for the lambs. And we're going to go over here. So we have these trouble lights. They go on, and when you walk by, they're actually extremely handy. And probably the coyotes don't like them too much either when they turn on. But this barn's not fed yet. So I'm going to set the phone down while I feed these guys. And when I close it up here, I'll tell you what I've done. So this will take me about 15 minutes to feed this barn. And they have enough hay tonight. And I'm running a little late, so I'll talk to you shortly. So this is the last barn. There's a ewe over there, the one lamb we were having trouble with. She's looking a little tough looking. I still am going to have hope for her. I'm going to try my very best anyhow. I gave her a shot of selenium under the skin. Might be efficient on that, so we'll see how that turns out tomorrow. These guys are all fed, just rolled out of the bale of hay. You think lambs don't have intelligence, but this little ram lamb, this is a creep area where they eat grain, and this little ram lamb knows how to get in their creep pen, but doesn't know how to get out because he's getting too big. And he stands here and looks at me until I let him out. Okay, buddy. Go on. There he goes. He's not my prettiest ram. And most of the time he goes over and has a drink, but I guess not today. So anyways, these are a couple late ewes, late lambs. Really don't like late lambs. Don't like lambs that are born late in the season. The heat really sets them back. These are all the keeper rams here. I think we probably told you that 1,000 times. Most of these rams were going to be sold, but there's a few in here that I have to keep for whatever reasons. And there's a big guy there. So there she is there. She's looking a little tough looking, but she's got a private pen. Gave her water, gave her hay, got her up several times today. There's some ewe lambs that we're going to hold back for our own flock for different genetics and stuff. I think there's about 25 there, new ones coming into the flock in next breeding season. I'm going to shut these lights off. I'm getting tired. I think it's about 10:30 now. I'm going to go to the house. I'm going to wonder if Lynn's still waiting for me or she went to bed. A lot of times she'll still be on the couch yet, but we'll see. Dogs are going to go out. So a little late night tonight. Most nights aren't this late, but yeah, if I gotta make a little bit of a video, it's gonna cost me a lot of time. That's why I don't have a smartphone. I don't have patience for it, and I really don't want to do it. But anyways, this is Ewetopia Farms. 10:30 at night, rough, give or take. And I'm going to see everybody in the morning, I guess. So Lynn will see you. Come on, boys. So, we're in the edge to start cutting hay again. Not really looking forward to that. Oh, who's that? Oh, it must be me. So, we do have these lights. Watch this here. We have these lights all over the place that turn on. This is all dry hay storage. There's another light here that turns on right there. So anyways, good night. I think we're all shut down. I'm a little tired. There's the house. I don't know if it's too late to have a rum and coke or not. I have to see, but I think a little bit of rum right now would taste good. Not that I'm an alcoholic, but I do enjoy to have a rum dog time. So, I hope everybody's having a good evening. And we're going to call this a night. Hey, Ben. Are we happy, Ben? Okay. Goodbye from Ewetopia Farms. This was a little film that Arnie made. I'd like to play my part in the farm. See you later. Bye.